Hi, I'm Rosie Moot, and I'm one of 4 owners of Pico Taqueria. I'm mostly in the back of the house, cooking. I cook the food.
She's also selling herself short because she does all the behind-the-scenes paperwork and accounting and stuff like that. So, but I'm Kate Moot. We are sisters-in-law, so we own it with our husbands, and I am mostly front of the house at this point. So bar, registers, expo, customer service.
And were you guys born on Chincoteague, or were you come-heres, as we like to call it?
Oh, we are come-heres.
We are come-heres.
And where did you guys come from?
Very proud come-heres.
I grew up near Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
I was born a little north of Baltimore in Jarrettsville, Maryland.
And how did you guys first hear about Chincoteague?
That's in you. So my husband and I, another one of the owners of Pico Taqueria, we went to culinary school together, and a friend of ours that went to culinary school with us after school came here and opened Woody's many years ago with his family, and we were living in Towson, Maryland at the time, and would come down and check it out. We'd occasionally help on the weekends, and that was our introduction to Chincoteague. I had grown up going to Ocean City, but had not ventured any farther south. My grandfather lived in Ocean City, so we went there, and then started coming after culinary school.
Awesome. Cool.
She has an excellent story about her introduction.
I had never been here until the day we moved here.
Wow.
She took a giant leap of faith.
We moved here, I think it was like the beginning of March. It had snowed an inch or two the night before, and the entire town was essentially shut down. Our landlord called us on our way here to say there was no heat in the house we were supposed to rent, and it was dark and cold and nothing was open, and I think I cried.
Wow. That is definitely an introduction to the island for
up
sure.
from here.
Yes, indeed. Now, through culinary school, through living where you guys lived, and then eventually making it to Chincoteague, was business ownership always in the plans, whether, on Chincoteague or not?
I've always wanted to own and run a restaurant. It's the only industry I've ever worked in. We went to culinary school, went and did an externship, and my plan was always to open something. I didn't know exactly what I would open or where it would be. And Dylan and I were living in California at the time and decided that we could not make a life for ourselves there, and decided to come back to be closer to family, and the goal was to open a restaurant somewhere. And so it was actually almost in Ithaca, New York. We had a lease that kind of got pulled out from under us in Ithaca.
Yeah, at the last minute, so it's very likely we didn't end up here at all.
Yeah, we were looking in a couple different places, and
We went to
ended
Portland,
up here.
Maine to look for spots.
We were kind of in Pittsburgh for a little bit, looking around.
We looked, the entire eastern seaboard, basically.
Wow.
Yeah.
And here we are.
Just wanted to be closer than a 5-hour plane ride from family. And that would be anywhere on the East Coast.
Yeah.
Well, that is a perfect segue into my next question, which are, what are some of the things that you love most about owning your own business, and what are some of the challenges you've also faced along the way?
So I think for us, especially one of the nicest parts is the schedule, especially being seasonal. We opened at the end of March this year, and that's the earliest we've ever opened. And the latest we've ever closed is Halloween, and we kind of have, determined that's too late. Like, we normally go Columbus Day, Oyster Festival weekend. So that gives us 4 or 5 months where we still have stuff to do, but we are not going to work to a job every day. And that is nice. But it is a double-edged sword, because then you just do all the work in the summer months that you are open. So that's kind of a drawback.
We work a year's amount of hours in 6 months.
Yeah, definitely. Pico started in a food truck on the island, right? So could you tell us a little bit about those early days on, and how it is to see Pico as what it is now, with the building and everything, the bar outside, just how it's evolved over the years?
I think if you'd told us this is what it was going to look like 10 or 11 years ago, we would have told you were nuts.
You're crazy.
And we probably weren't even going to be here in 10 or 11 years. And I don't think I could have ever imagined that it would have turned into this.
That being said, I'm very happy
Yes,
that
absolutely,
it has turned
absolutely.
into this.
It's a great thing.
Yeah.
I just don't know if we ever let ourselves think that it might become this.
I know you guys mentioned about how you close up in the off season. I'm just a little curious. What do you guys spend your time doing in those off season months? Do you travel? Do you?
We've gotten really into puzzle competitions.
Okay.
No, I shouldn't say really into it. We wish we could do it
They
more.
are fun, though.
But they are a lot of fun.
We did used to travel a lot.
We still do.
We do, but we have kids now, and so it's not to the same extent. It's a lot harder.
But we did go to Portugal
We did
last
go to
year.
Portugal last year, so that was a lot of fun. We're throwing around some options for this winter.
Well, the boys get to pick this year
Yeah,
where
so-
we go.
We do still get to travel, but mostly we're just here. We're hanging out.
And now that we have kids, there's a lot of kid things to do, and the older ones are in school now, and the other ones are in various playgroups and toddler gyms, and we just hang out with the kids, which is a lot of fun.
Yeah. So it seems that you guys are definitely big on family here at Pico. I know back when I used to work here, you guys didn't have kids, and then all of a sudden there were 4 of them. That's just how
And
it
now
came
there's
about.
5. Now there's 5.
Yep. So could you tell us a little bit more about what family means, to you guys, and then how that relates to your business as well?
As far as how it relates to the business, we are incredibly lucky that we are able to tailor our business and our work needs around our family needs. So we've never needed to use any, like a daycare. Like Nate and I, we split every work day. If he works the morning,
So do
I work
Dylan
the
and I.
evening. If I work the morning, he works the evening. So one of us is always home. And I think that is a huge bonus that I don't want to take for granted, because I know so many people don't have that option available to them.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough because I feel like I haven't seen Dylan in, I don't know, weeks, because he works in the morning and I work in the evening, but it is very much a benefit to be able to do that. Family is one of the most important things in my life. I love that our families are very close and that we can do this together. People ask us all the time, how can you still stand each other? And we're just very lucky that we like each other. And we get along very well.
We are lucky that we all get along as well as we do. I don't want to jinx anything, but so far so good.
So far,
So good.
we choose to do puzzle competitions
Yeah.
together and go on vacation
We
together
hang out a lot
afterwards.
together outside of work too. So
Yeah. Our kids are the best of friends. Family is just, it is very important to us.
Yeah.
And we have made decisions such as staying closed on Tuesdays and Wednesdays when we could make more money, we could be open, but we choose to spend those with our family. And I don't know if it would work as well any other way.
You guys are very family oriented, both your husbands, all the kids. Having young kids like that, what would you recommend are some good ideas for families visiting the island with kids? Things to do, things to see, experiences, things like that.
I think the beach is the most obvious answer. I mean, it's just a good beach for kids.
Yeah.
It's a great island for
Chincoteague
young
on
kids.
a whole.
Yeah.
There's the walking trails, there's bike paths,
There's even story time at the visitor center on Asti, which
but also the Chincoteague Library has a great story time.
Yes. Yes.
Thursday mornings. Highly recommend that.
Yeah.
And through the summer they do different programs. They have people come from the zoo with animals, or they will do art projects with a retired art teacher and things like
Chincoteague
that
Bayfield
that
Station
you don't have
comes.
the option to do all the time. So those are nice.
There are a lot of things to do with kids around here. You mentioned the beach. There's the putt-putt golf. There's Funland. There's the story times. There's there's a candle maker up the street now.
So we actually just were saying yesterday we haven't taken our kids to do this, but we are really looking forward to taking them on one of Captain Barry's cruises.
We've been waiting for them to
Be old enough.
to where they would enjoy it.
He's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's definitely a lot of
he
fun.
is great, and I'd love to go on one of the cruises with him.
I mean, just this morning we took them to a butter making class at the
At the
YMCA.
YMCA.
Huh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was great.
It was fantastic.
Wow. Awesome. Well, now that we know there's a lot to do for kids and families, for you guys personally, as adults, when you get a second away from the kids, what would you recommend to young adults, retired adults, anybody else that visits the island? What are some fun things for the older generations to do?
Well, there are a lot of restaurant options.
Lots of restaurants.
We usually try to go out to eat if we have a kid-free evening. The beach, again, versatile, but
the
a
beach
great
is
option.
the best part.
I'm trying to think of it.
I like going. I mean, we haven't gone kayaking for a very long time.
We used to do a lot of kayaking and stand-up paddleboarding.
That's something we have found that we can't really do with young children. And there are lots of kayak tours here and down the county a little bit. What else do we like to do? I don't want to mention puzzles anymore.
No
No more puzzles.
No more puzzles. I guess I don't feel like we go do a lot of.
Now that we have a
Like we used to
community
go
and we
play
have
a lot
of
of tennis,
friends,
and we used to go play a lot of pickleball,
pickleball,
and go
there's
for
lots of
bike
pickleball,
rides and things like that. But that's not really like.
and there's the farmers market now. We go to the farmers market every Saturday, and now it's on Wednesdays too. And there's the CCA does storytelling, which I've always wanted to go to.
The concerts in the park.
Concerts in the park.
Seaside Vacations has some connection to.
Yeah. Kind of circling back to the Pico focus of everything, what are your guys' personal favorite menu items?
My personal favorite is we have a special. It's actually on right now. It's a smoked pork with a rainbow slaw, peach salsa, and crispy fried onions, and that is my, I think, absolute favorite. But if I had to pick a not special item, I'd go with the Ridge.
Ridge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Smoked pork's your favorite, huh?
It is.
I'm kind of boring in the fact that I really like the classic pork. The carnitas that we make I just love it. And our black beans. When we created the menu, we said, well, we're doing tacos, we should do some rice and beans, and we should do the beans that we really like. And these are the beans that we've been cooking for many years, even prior to Pico, and they're still my favorite. So a classic pork bowl, I'll say, is my favorite.
Okay. So somebody coming to Pico for the first time, how would you kind of describe the vibe of the tacos or the bowls that you guys sell?
Obviously not authentic.
We are not authentic.
We are not
Mexican.
authentic. They are unique tacos, but they're approachable.
They are fun and playful tacos that we have the mindset that you can put anything on a taco. The taco is the vessel, and we come up with the flavor profiles on it. Mm-hmm. We may have one that is more Asian inspired, one that is more Italian inspired, one that is more Latin American inspired. But we don't limit ourselves to one kind of cuisine. And our margaritas are really good.
But if it's your first time, you should try a variety.
Try it right.
Yeah,
mix
don't
it up.
don't stick with one and get out of your comfort
And get
zone,
some
and you'll probably
sides.
like it.
Yeah, definitely.
And
Now-
since you're on Chincoteague, you should try the Maddox taco, the oyster one, because you're on Chincoteague, and that's what you should
It's
do.
a rite of
Yeah.
passage.
Yes.
almost,
Right?
Yes.
Now, speaking of menu, is there any thoughts regarding new menu items, the eventual more menu items, or any other kind of tacos being added? Is that
Our menu has changed very, very little over the years. We messed around with some things during COVID because prices were all over the place. But our menu has pretty much been the same. And we will probably...
But our special board is where we try out. So, we almost always have the patatas bravas on the special board now, even though that wasn't the plan necessarily. Lately, we've had queso on there all the time as well. So there are things that we may not have officially put on the menu, but Oh, empanadas as well.
There's always some
They're
kind of
always
empanada.
available, but they're not really official menu items.
Yeah.
But
And we like that's where we get our creativity out with the special board. I know I see online a lot the thought that restaurants have the special board or their specials just to like use up product that isn't going to be good in the next couple of days, but we really do like order in special things because we have an
For our
idea.
special board,
We
yeah.
order things for the special board because we have an idea that we want to try out. So we use it more as a creative outlet than using up product.
Now, we've talked a lot about tacos and food. I know the addition of the bar a couple years ago. Are there any
been
specific
huge.
drinks you would like to highlight or anything like that? Some of your favorite drinks?
my favorite is probably just a frozen margarita.
The
And
margarita is good.
maybe the mango one, the mango frozen, with a little bit of tahini on the rim. I think that's perfect.
The margarita that we have is not from a mix. It's our own blend, and it stems from in the trailers when we could not have a liquor license. People used to come up and get our limeade, but they'd order like 8 of them just for one person.
And then they take them home and they put their own tequila in.
Well, yeah, we asked why you needed so many, and they said they were taking them home and putting tequila in it. We're like, oh, what a great idea. So then when we had a liquor license, we played around with different recipes, and that's what became our Pico margarita. And yeah, that one's my
Yeah.
favorite. I really like it when Nate does the frozone with the frozen grapes, but we don't do that very often.
Yeah, it's too hard to
Yeah.
blend to order.
What's kind of the biggest lesson you guys have learned about life from your time on Chincoteague?
I just feel like that is a very deep question.
It is a little bit of a deep
I don't know if
question.
I was ready for that one.
I would say take the time to slow down. You know, when we first moved here, we would get frustrated because everyone was on island time. Everyone's on island time. No one seemed to be in a rush. And now I think that they had the right idea. And I'm constantly trying to slow down. And that will probably be my goal for many years.
I think alongside that, when we first started, there was a lot of pressure to do well, so we were taking everything very seriously and we were working very hard and we weren't really like necessarily enjoying ourselves because we were so focused on just everything being done correctly and sometimes
Not just
you
done
have to
correctly,
step
but
back
absolutely
and
perfect.
roll with the punches a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, if you guys could give young entrepreneurs one bit of advice about starting their own business, what would that be?
I'm going to contradict what I just said about maybe not taking everything so seriously, because you really have to put the time in. You have to put the effort in. When you're first starting out, if you're not going to do it right, you might as well not even do it. Like, you have to put the effort in.
Yeah.
I agree that you do have to put the effort in. You do need to put the time in. You can't just open something and leave and think that everything's going to run well. I would say not to be afraid to start small. The phrase of go big or go home isn't always the best. You can start small and have slow growth have slow growth and eventually make it to a point where you're like, I can't believe I'm in this situation right now. In a good way.
You also have to be willing to learn and be curious about things. And I think Rosie does a really good job of that when Nate and Dylan and I, especially with like the accounting or the paperwork or, all the kind of like boring behind the scenes stuff, we're all like, oh no. And Rosie's like, okay, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And she just figures it out and she does it.
I use a lot of Google. I Google
but
a lot of
you're
things.
doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and also that no one knows what they're doing in the beginning. When I feel like when people open their own business, any business, they think they should know how to do everything. And we are 12 years in, and I still Google, how do you do this? What do I do this with this accounting thing? Or you see some sort of food trend and you're like, I have no idea what that is. Don't be so prideful that you can't say, oh, I had to Google that. sounds delicious. We should try something like that.
Awesome. Well, that is everything from me. It was great interviewing with you guys.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
I like this
Appreciate
turn
it.
of events.
Yeah, right?
Yes.
Came from little
like
kid
it.
working here, and
Yeah.
now I'm interviewing, right? Yep, awesome.